Hey, what are you doing going out like that? I thought you just went to take out the trash. What were you thinking, disappearing? You're so sneaky. I don't know where you've been wandering around, but I want you back here within 10 minutes. I can't believe you just left without making me any breakfast. You're not fit to be the wife of this family.
Mom, what's with this message?
You finally texted back? What are you doing out playing around since this morning? You have the nerve to ignore your mother-in-law's call?
I wasn't playing. I'm at work. I'm on break now so I can look at my phone. But I can't touch it during work hours, and I've put it on silent mode.
What? Work? Why?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. You know that I work, right? I work according to the calendar, and today is a weekday, a normal Tuesday. I think it would be rather crazy if I didn't go to work.
You're the one who's crazy. The rule is you have to take Tuesdays off to do the housework.
Huh? What is that? I've never heard about that.
I just decided it.
Huh? No, there's no way I can do that.
Wives are supposed to follow the rules set by their mother-in-laws. If I tell you to do something, you say yes and do it happily. That is the attitude of a wife, isn't it? If I tell you to take Tuesday off from work, you have no choice but to do so.
I told you, I can't do that.
Don't talk back to me. Anyway, leave work early and come back right now. Before you go home, go to the supermarket and get some groceries for dinner. When you get home, you will prepare my dinner, clean the bathtub and the toilet, and mop the floor. You can't just abandon your duties as a wife because of your job. It's unforgivable.
It's not about being forgivable or not. It's just logistically impossible. I can't leave early today and I can't go home on time.
Huh?
I have to go away on business. I'm not going home today. I'm catching a flight.
What? Do you think you can get away with such nonsense?
It's my job. It can't be helped. I've already told my husband, Lucas.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Even though we live together, it's a two-family household. There's no reason why I have to tell you, is there? You always do the housework on your side of the house. We have separate food and living expenses. I don't understand why you suddenly try to force me to do things you don't want to do. Every day, I take the garbage to the street that you leave on your front porch. Let's keep it at that.
I'm really dumbfounded. What kind of a job is it? You're a woman. You don't do much work anyway, but you have the nerve to call it a business trip? Normally, when a woman becomes a wife, she quits her job and takes care of her family, right? And you've been married for 5 years and you still don't want to be part of the family.
Here you go again. As I said before, I am in a position of some responsibility in my company. I can't just casually leave early or resign. For some reason, you just won't believe that I'm a manager.
Of course I don't. It goes against common sense for a married woman to be in a managerial position. And an incompetent person like you can't possibly be in a managerial position. A woman who is overbearing to the extent that she only helps take out the trash can't possibly be good at her job.
Oh, Is that so? I don't want to be told by someone who leaves it to others to take out the trash at home.
Shut up! Okay, I'm telling you to hurry up and quit your job. It's not like you're making much money anyway. And even if there were only one person left, the business would still run smoothly. Besides, what's more? I think the reason I don't have any grandchildren is because you are working. You are in your 30s. The older you get, the greater the risk of having a handicapped child. I absolutely hate the thought of my grandchildren being born with disabilities. You need to have a baby as soon as possible. That's why I want you to stop working.
If I quit my job, I won't be able to make a decent living. Besides, I've decided not to have kids. I have my hands full with my current life, and I have no way of raising a child adequately.
Well, what do you mean? You still insist that you can't live on Lucas's earnings alone?
We've had this conversation over and over again, but yes, that's what I'm saying.
How can that be? Oh my God, I really wonder why a woman like you came into our lives.
As for me, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that you don't believe me, even when I show you my pay stubs.
Huh?
My lunch break is over, so if you'll excuse me. I've arrived at the hotel. It's a budget hotel, but I hear they have a good breakfast. I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm going straight home tomorrow after the meeting. I'll be home after 4 p.m. I'll make dinner before you get home. Let me know if you have any requests.
How can you be so nonchalant after being so hurtful like that? You really disgust me.
What? Lucas? What are you talking about?
I heard you said terrible things to Mom.
What terrible things?
She said you took offense at her opinion and lashed out at her. She's your mother too, even if she's your mother-in-law. Take better care of her. Respect her more.
Oh my God. I guess that's what they say.
Huh?
I'm being told that I'm in the wrong on all counts, and that my mother-in-law can talk to me any way she wants. I don't think your mother was right. That's why I argued my point of view. I don't think I should bow down just because I was dealing with my mother-in-law.
Huh? Listen, you. It's not my mom's fault. You were embarrassed because my mom pointed it out, weren't you? That's why you took offense, right? If you honestly admit your guilt and sincerely apologize, I'll forgive you. Come on, apologize immediately.
Yes. That's enough. I can't believe I put up with this for the past 5 years.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, just something I was doing here. I was checking some documents I need tomorrow. I guess there's nothing more to say.
Hey, the conversation's not over yet. Willow, today is Tuesday. I don't see you at home. You didn't go to work already, did you?
I left already. I'm going to miss my plane. I'm on a 2-day business trip starting today.
Oh, yeah. So in the end, you haven't taken off 1 day of work this month. I told you repeatedly to take Tuesday off for me. I can't believe you ignored me.
And as I told you, there's no way I can take any time off. I can't work if I have to put up with your selfishness.
Oh, is that so? If you want to play that way, then fine.
Huh?
Now's the time to apologize.
I don't think I'm at fault. I'm not going to apologize.
You will regret this.
I don't think I will. The plane's leaving. I have to go now. Good morning. I just got back from a business trip. All the furniture and dishes are gone. Just my stuff is left. And there are divorce papers on the table. What's going on?
You know what's going on. I'm divorcing you. I talked it over with Mom, and we decided to start living separately from you, so we moved out.
I see. So you're saying that your mother agrees with the separation and divorce plan? So this is what my mother-in-law was talking about. Still, I'm surprised you chose today. You knew it was our 6th wedding anniversary, didn't you?
Of course. A rude woman like you who can't even respect her husband's mother? I won't get any satisfaction without going this far. Be happy. Your wedding anniversary present is a divorce.
I'm so happy. Don't ever contact me again.
Huh?
Why are you so surprised? You should be the one celebrating. It must feel good to get a divorce from a rude woman. Did you think that I would cry and cling to you if you threatened me with divorce?
No, of course not.
No? I thought you were panicking because your life would be in jeopardy if you divorced me. I mean, seriously? How are you going to make ends meet from now on?
Huh?
Your mother doesn't work. You're going to have to support her with your earnings. What do you think about that?
Of course I'm thinking about it. My mother and I have my father's inheritance. So it doesn't matter if you're not here.
I see. Okay, I get it. Then let's get a divorce. But I'll make sure you fulfill any necessary responsibilities that come with the divorce.
Responsibility? Oh, you mean the divorce papers? I don't know what you're worried about, but I already filled them out. All you have to do is fill them out, send them in, and that's it. I have fulfilled my last responsibility as your husband by filling out the divorce papers. Before you get all high and mighty and start accusing people, you might want to be sure. Ha ha ha.
Huh?
Willow, you talked to Lucas, right? So that's that. Stay away from Lucas and never bother him again. Hurry up and get the divorce and stay away from his family. If you ever harass Lucas's family or children, I will sue you.
Family and children?
I'm sure Lucas told you. Nancy is pregnant with Lucas's child, and she wants to get married before the baby is born.
Nancy? Who's that?
Oh, you don't know? Nancy is a pretty and thoughtful woman who just turned 20 years old. Since you never gave birth to a child, I arranged for Lucas to have one a month ago, in order for me to have a grandchild as soon as possible. I'm going to have to ask you to step aside so I can welcome a new wife into the family. It would be a disaster if a handicapped child were born to an old woman who is over 30 years old. Besides, Nancy is more beautiful looking than you. A cute grandchild is more worth taking care of than an ugly grandchild.
Huh? A variety of your ethical standards are so strange. I don't know where to begin.
Are you jealous of Nancy?
Say what? Why would I be?
It's humiliating to be dumped by your husband on your wedding anniversary, isn't it? But it's useless to try to do anything to Nancy. Lucas and Nancy eloped together. I'm the only one who knows where she is now. Even someone like you wouldn't be able to do anything in a million years. Why don't you go chew your cud, you old cow?
Old cow? Lucas is older than me. He's 33. You're even much older, aren't you?
Shut up. Why do you lack respect for your mother-in-law? I'm so glad I didn't let you have children. It would have been terrible if they grew up to be rude like their mother.
Huh? I see. I'd like to ask you one thing.
What?
What are you going to do about your living expenses from now on?
What?
If we divorce, it means you can no longer rely on my earnings. I don't know if Nancy, whose name you just mentioned, is working.
She's still a college student. She's not working.
Wow, she is a college student? So the three of you will be living on Lucas's earnings alone, and in a few months, there will be 4 of you to take care of.
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you sure you can handle it?
Of course we will be fine. After all, Lucas's monthly income is double yours. We will be able to live without any problems at all.
What? Lucas doesn't make that much money.
What are you talking about? The pay stub you showed me before, Willow, you said your take-home pay was about $4,000. Lucas said he makes twice that, so that means he earns $8,000 a month.
That's the opposite.
Reverse?
I make twice as much as he does.
What?
Let me put it in a simple way. It is correct that my take-home pay is $4,000 per month. Lucas earns about half of that. That means $2,000 per month.
Huh?
You live in 2 households, but under the same roof, and you didn't notice? Your son has been moving from job to job. In the 5 years since we have been married, he's left and changed jobs 8 times.
8 times in 5 years?
The longest job he had was a little over a year. The shortest one, he quit in a day. How can his salary go up that way?
Why does he quit his job so quickly?
I think it's because he's spoiled.
What do you mean?
Almost all the reasons for quitting, it seems, are human-related. When I asked him about the details, he told me that he always quits because he gets into a fight with an employee. In the worst cases, they even grabbed each other and fought. He even had to pay compensation to the other person once.
I don't understand. But it's not my son's fault. He must have been bullied or mistreated at work. Then he has every right to be angry.
I don't know what's really going on, but it's hard to imagine that he's being bullied at every company he's ever worked at. Of course, there's bound to be some interpersonal conflict when you're working someplace. But to leave a company on the first day of work after a fight, it's just too strange. I think it's more reasonable to assume that Lucas had a problem and that he was the one who started the fight.
Oh no. Is that true?
If you're curious, why don't you ask Lucas? I don't know if he's going to tell you the truth. I've been told not to tell you about this for a long time. Maybe he knew he was embarrassing himself by moving from job to job. I don't know why he fights, even though he knows there's a problem. He's got so bad that I suggested he go to a professional. I'm not sick. Don't treat me like I'm handicapped. He was so mad at me. I haven't said anything since then.
That's a lie. My son might have a disability. That's not true, right?
I don't know if he has a disability, but he can't keep a job.
Oh no.
Anyway, due to circumstances, we were living on my salary. So having a child was nothing but a distant dream. When I was newlywed, I wanted to have children too. Even though I didn't have money when I was young, I kept thinking that when I got older and could afford it. I kept thinking about it, and before I knew it, 5 years had passed. I once thought that we could manage if we saved money from my earnings. But I thought that a life where my husband had to quit his job every time he had a fight would be too unstable and haphazard, and I couldn't raise a child in good faith. If something goes wrong again, and there's an incident where someone gets hurt, I wouldn't want that to affect the child. After much consideration, I had decided not to have children.
Wait a minute. If that's true, why did Lucas divorce you, the breadwinner? Even though he has Nancy in his life, that's not a very smart thing to do.
According to the text from Lucas just now, he boldly said that he'll be fine because of the inheritance left by his father.
Huh? Inheritance? There was never an inheritance.
Yeah, right? Your husband was a big spender. So at first I thought he was trying to get me to listen to him by hinting divorce. But it seems that wasn't the case. Lucas really believes he has an inheritance.
How could that be?
Anyway, why don't you and Lucas talk about it face to face? It seems that you two overestimate each other's importance and depend on each other. The result is a critical lack of effective communication.
Hey, Willow. I got some kind of strange mail. Content certified mail? A letter? There are some weird pictures in it, but what's going on?
What's going on? You know what's going on. It's a demand for compensation and photographic evidence of your affair.
What? What do you mean affair? I'm not cheating on you.
Are you still saying that? You really can't communicate with your mother, can you?
Huh?
Nancy, right? You've been cheating with her for a month.
Why do you think that?
Your mother told me everything.
What?
Even if she didn't, I thought something suspicious was going on. That's why I started gathering evidence long ago. It's like you decided to let young Nancy have the baby because I wouldn't make a baby. Have you ever thought about why I don't want to have children? It's because you can't raise a child properly with your low salary and lack of responsibility. I don't think Nancy is a normal 20-year-old college student when she's trying to have a baby with a 33-year-old man. Your mother seems to have encouraged you to make a baby. You're going to have a hard time from now on.
Damn.
By the way, I'm going to demand compensation from Nancy too.
Huh? Why?
It's a matter of course. She was cheating with my husband. I mean, didn't you guys move into the same place? Since I filed the claims at the same time, the mail addressed to Nancy should have arrived together.
That's... I mean, how the hell do you know where we live? We ran off to a place where no one would find us.
I told you I was collecting evidence. I had a detective find out the address for me.
How could you? We were taking all the latest precautions.
The detective followed your mother in and out of that house as if it were nothing.
Mother again.
It's tough when you have a fool in the family, isn't it? I've asked my lawyer to take care of everything else. We are strangers now. Bye.
Willow, wait a minute. To tell you the truth, I'm being sued by Nancy for compensation too.
What?
I thought my father's inheritance was substantial. I told Nancy that, but I found out that he didn't have a penny. She wants me to pay her for tricking her into getting pregnant. Nancy's father was furious, saying it was outrageous to touch a college student. Nancy is being taken back to her parents' house, and things are already in shambles.
You brought this upon yourself. It's because you cheated with Nancy.
I really thought I had an inheritance too, you know. I was just mistaken.
So?
Huh?
That story has nothing to do with me.
But you feel a little sorry for me, don't you? Please, help me.
I can't. I'm going to live in England.
Huh? England?
A while ago, the company approached me about an overseas posting, or at least hinted at it, and I was worried about it. But you and your mother told me you were divorcing me and moved out. Thanks to that, I was able to make up my mind.
Huh?
So, I'm divorced, so I'm accepting the offer of the overseas assignment. I said yes today.
What?
If you're a single person, would you be willing to take a permanent posting if you're prepared to live there permanently? I was asked and I said yes. I think I'll only come back to the States for a periodic visit.
Don't tell me you've already done the paperwork.
Yeah, the day after you left, I filed it. I'm asking for alimony because of the divorce. Are you stupid?
No way. They said there's no inheritance from my dad, which I was counting on. How are my mom and I supposed to live?
I don't know about that. If you don't think your own salary is enough, why don't you ask your mother to work part-time?
You mean, ask my mother to do something like that?
Of course.
I don't want to, it's disgusting.
Having a sense of what's disgusting, I wonder how you got into this mess. You should ask yourself that question. You and your mother will never change until you figure it out. The father of Lucas's mistress, Nancy, was an executive at a company. Having a lot of money, he got a competent lawyer and called out Lucas. Nancy claimed that she was a victim of Lucas's lying, and she seems to have successfully won the compensation. Lucas can no longer live on his current job salary. He should have been working more diligently, but he took a chance and got involved in a forex trading, and lost a lot of money. He was so deep in debt that he and his mother disappeared somewhere together.